Good morning, it's Malcolm here, and this is a quick video on how to use the Overhyped PR system with the Grey Hall Spot. If you've subscribed to the Grey Hall Spot, then you may well want to run the Overhyped system with it. So basically, I'm using the bot in manual select mode. Make sure it's in manual select mode. I'll come to the settings in a minute. Just a quick thing, if you want to use staking, if you decide recovery staking is something you want to do, go to my accounts, go down to staking and follow the instructions to get a staking key to activate staking in the Grey Hall Spot. Otherwise you won't get the staking tab. Okay, so if we go to PR ratings, then we're looking at this this shared save here, which is called the Overhyped 8th of 10th 2017. Now, as always, I suggest you save it into your own list, so you can see it's here in my list. That way you'll get your own link, and if it ever disappears from the shared saves, you won't have to worry about it because you've already got it. And you should do that with any save or share save you feel that you like, because you never know when it's going to disappear, and I can't always get them back if they disappear from there. Okay, so you want this link here, which should come up the first time you load the Overhyped in from either the shared saves or your own, and as I suggested, is you use the one from your own. So here's the link here. You can either right click copy, or you can Control C on your keyboard, which will copy the actual link and allow you to use it in the Grey Hall Spot. So if we go over to the Grey Hall Spot, we've got a couple of things that we need to talk about. Obviously, we go to options first of all. Now, standard stop losses and all that, decide what you want to do. I can't tell you how to do that. It's a lay system, so make sure lay is selected. If you're ever worried about that, just turn the other one, the one that you're not using, to 1.01 and 1.01, and obviously turn the stake down to 0.01, and then nothing will ever happen. Okay, but on this side I always use a trigger range of about 1.05 upwards. I've put a high of 30 here. There probably won't be any selections. I think the highest there's ever been is like 7 or 8. I always use 105 or above, because I don't think I can remember a selection being that low before a race. And also, it just means that if you're doing under £2 betting, it's just easier for the bot, because the bot has to use the highest and lowest numbers to do the bets. So, you know, it's always handy to have a number that isn't quite 1.01. So 1.05 works really well. Yeah, so that's basically for staking. For your standard stake. You can use liability or liability percentage of bank. I always do it that way. Your session, you need to use session. Well, you can use a session bank if you like. I thought I set that to 50, but obviously not. I start betting just before the off. You can set that to when you want. I just before the off, I get the price that's available. I also use sure odds because I think that guarantees you'll get matched just about. So always use that. If you've activated staking, I'm using up down staking. I've got maximum tries of 10 here, but really you don't want it that high, and you probably won't anyway. So turn it down to a figure that you think is acceptable. The way I've decided to do it at the moment is just if I have a losing day, I'm just going to start the next day fresh. I'm not going to carry on the staking plan because it happens. So I'm just not going to do that at the moment. Ignore race if PL has not been settled. I think you should have that ticked, because that means if a race hasn't been settled, then the bot won't activate staking for the next race, or it won't bet on the next race, which it's far better to miss a race than if you're in a staking sequence and then you go up again when you didn't really need to. So I would kind of like ignore race if PL is not settled, because then you get the race has to be settled before the next staking part is done. It's just one of those things I prefer to do. Up to you again. That's it. You don't need anything else set up. Paper trading or live trading, maximum API rate is not used anymore, so I won't even worry about that. As you can see, I've got live trading. I'm going to cancel because I'm already set up to use. The next thing you need to do is go to session, server tips, add in the bot link in here. So if there's a bot link in there already, make sure you get rid of it, and then Control or right click Control V or right click paste into the box, and that's it. I would make sure you don't pick up any spaces with this link, so try and just get the link from there to there, just to make sure, because I know some people have had trouble with that before. And that's it. Start the bot. If you're going to go paper testing, just remember we use inferred winner for paper testing, because you aren't placing a bet. We don't actually get called back from the API whether the bet won or lost, because there was no bet placed. So what we do is we use inferred runner, what we call inferred runner, which is basically the first runner to reach 1.01. But as you know, that's not always the winner. Sometimes that can go the other way. So you need to check the results on a check-in site or a race a results site, just to double check what you're seeing is completely true. And I think that's about it. Yeah, so that's the way I've done it. I run it every day. Of course, you can run it on a server, or if you keep your machine on all the time, you can have it running all the time, that kind of thing, and it will automatically just keep going and going and going and going. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.